Do we have to like chum up like this?
Well, I'm doing this because we're sharing a microphone, and it just feels a bit if we're shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, but that's really weird.
We're like
We're like presenters in like some sort of like, I don't know, like some countryside TV show.
We're actually a bit like Susan and her weird boyfriend, you know? Where it's like, oh, hi, Johnny. And you come in and it's like, do you have to both be like this? So look, let's get into it, guys. Who betrayed Johnny the most? We want to know. We're rating all the characters in the room that have speaking parts, as usual. Anyone that has any line of dialogue, no matter how little or how much dialogue they have, how much they betray Johnny. We're ranking them S, A, B, C, or D. So we're going to start with an interesting one. Peter. All right, Peter.
I think he just sort of maybe betrays Johnny by the fact that he betrays Johnny because he just like disappears in his moment of like need.
That is the most important thing. We don't know why Peter disappears. Maybe because Mark tried to kill him. Not that he seemed bothered at the time.
I like to think that maybe you gotta bear with me on this one. I think when he fell over in the tuxedo, maybe he got like some sort of like we didn't realize some like chronic brain swelling, and he's like dying in hospital or something, and no one else knows.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah,
like CTE.
I think based more on what we saw on screen, given that he didn't, smash his head off the floor or anything, it's possible that the assassination attempt did get to him more than he let on.
What, like he had like almost like PTSD?
Well, maybe also,
but delayed.
Because he's a psychologist, maybe he realised, look, if I act really bothered, Mark's going to know that I'm going to report him. So he was like, let me just play it off. It's all chill.
Yeah.
Don't worry, bro. Let's talk about your problem. Come on. And then afterwards, he was like, I got to get away from these freaks.
Because he does, like, that would actually make a lot of sense, like, why he plays it so chill.
Because he's a psychologist. He's like, he needs to think I don't care, otherwise he's going to probably finish me off, He's going to kill him, he's going to throw him off the roof. It's not that kind of movie. Well, it is that kind of movie, really, but just there's no, Look, let's move on. Yeah. Peter, how much he betrayed Johnny. There's also, I mean, he clearly... Johnny doesn't like it when Peter plays psychologist, and he does it anyway. And he does, obviously, Johnny asks him, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not a betrayal. It's like he's told you not to do it, and you keep playing psychologist.
I don't think it's playing psychologist to, like, at least maybe, like, tell Tommy
No, that's not what I'm saying.
But he should have told Tommy about the assassination attempt anyway. Considering that's his like best friend.
Well, he should have told him
that's like some quite important information to share.
Told him about the affair, not just like Mark tried to kill me. You should stop being a friend.
Yeah, but
you shagging your bird,
no. Like if he's gonna be like, oh, like not like patient like confidentiality, but maybe he thinks it's not his place to tell Tommy about the affair, but the assassination attempt is directly involving him, so maybe he could say that.
Johnny probably would have taken Mark's side anyway.
In the assassination attempt?
Yeah, he would have been like, you're a nerd, Peter. You're a psychologist. Mark has his reasons. Look, I don't know. I mean, I feel he was a good friend in some ways. He tried, but if for example, if my psychologist friend found out that my best friend was shagging my wife, my future wife, beg your pardon, and he was like, come on, let's talk about your problem. Come on. And he was like supporting him. I'd be like, you should have chucked him off the roof.
But they don't seem like necessarily the best of friends. But then
Johnny and Mark?
No, Peter and Tommy. Peter and Johnny. They don't seem like the best of friends.
No.
They don't seem that close. I mean, he's literally being like, you two are weirdos. And like, they don't... And then he's being like, don't play psychologist with me and stuff. Like, I don't
They're good friends. He's one of the 4 people that he gets into tuxedos with. He's one of the main characters. He hangs out with him. He tells him about his, we didn't make love in a while. You don't say that to someone you just play a bit of basketball with.
No.
So they are friends.
But I'm not saying
the point I'm making is maybe
the level of betrayal.
Maybe as his friend, Peter should have done a bit more when he found out about the affair.
No, and also you have to compare and contrast it against like some of the other betrays in this.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
So I think, I don't know, but I'm sort of leaning towards maybe a B.
A B. Yeah, I think a B is fair. So we'll plonk Peter in B. Okay, so we've got Peter in B. All right, Peter, let's go. Next up, we've got this guy from the coffee shop. I think he orders a bagel and an Americana. Look, he doesn't know Johnny as far as we know. No. I don't think he can really be accused of having betrayed him. He is speaking on the telephone in a coffee shop, which is rather rude. Johnny's in there trying to enjoy his coffee. He's got this guy nattering on the phone. So, you know, he might be a D+, but I think it's probably unfair to put him in C.
Yeah, you can't put him in C.
I think we can plop him in D and just move on swiftly.
Yeah.
Denny. This is a complicated one. So, Denny, obviously, the case for Denny as a friend is, you know, he the most cares about Johnny the most consistently.
Yeah.
He...
The most upset about his death.
He's the most upset by far about his death.
Yeah.
He's weeping. He's telling the others to get out of there. You know,
Yeah.
he doesn't want them having anything to do with it. He, again, though, I mean, I'm not seeing any punches thrown at the party.
But that's not really in Denny's wheelhouse.
Look,
like, you can't...
You got this young'un. You raised this fella.
And he is involved with, like, drugs and crime.
He's involved in drugs and crime. He's getting guns put to his head. It's like, you can't, like...
You think that would have, like, toughened him up a bit?
Exactly. You can't throw hands against Mark.
Or you think, like, maybe...
Then again, I mean, Mark did put the gun to Chris R's head as well. You know, they're all clearly...
No, but you would think maybe,
it's a high-stakes game they're playing here.
You know when he's, like, playing, like, peekaboo behind the curtain and stuff, when he's all, like, scared and stuff, you think maybe, like, he would be, like, really tense? Because that's before the party. You think maybe, like, just, like, I don't know, all, like, the trauma and the stress of, like, you know, how deep he got in with Chris R and, like, having the, like, a near-death experience. You think maybe he might have, like, erupted at the party to defend...
Yeah, and also he's clearly horny for Lisa, so he might be like, she's our girl. I sought to share her with Johnny.
Yeah.
But he's just like, oh my God, and just kind of watches.
Do we even really see what he's doing at the
No,
party?
not really. I think
Is he there at the party?
He's at the party, but I think at most during that bit, the sort of full-on like party cuckoldry, I think he's kind of in the background at best. He's not really, he's certainly not a focal point. But look, he's one of
the
Johnny's
best friends.
ride or die fellas, you know, throughout
You've got to
the
put him
movie.
in, like... I mean, you can't fucking put him in D with the guy that never once interacts.
I think Denny C, because again, like I'd say all of Johnny's friends could have done more. What I don't really, where they all tore it with me, is at the party when first of all everyone's like, yeah, like Mark and Lisa are dancing together, and it's like, excuse me, what's going on here? Like Denny didn't know that they were dancing together at the party, and then
And there's, like,
again,
it's quite sexual dancing.
yeah, and then Mark is sort of like, you're a creep and stuff, and he's like, you know, if you keep your woman satisfied. That's the point where Denny should have been like, whoa, 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 and at least gotten in there. But he was just kind of like, he doesn't keep her satisfied? And like, that's a bit lame.
Yeah, you know what? I agree
So he's
wholeheartedly.
C.
He's a C.
He's C. Like, we forgive him because he's young. This woman from the coffee shop, she orders a peanut butter cup with extra
no
cream.
one from the coffee shop has.
We have to discuss it. We have to have, you know, we have to have a thought-provoking discussion. She
There's
orders
so many people from the coffee shop in this.
everyone who has dialogue. Look, she orders a peanut butter cup with extra cream. Look, if we're talking about how she betrayed Tommy Wiseau, I would say you could maybe argue D+, because she's quite distracting in the scene, and I think she's not behaving the way an extra should, and she's clearly trying to like hog the limelight a bit. And you know, she's sort of, Tommy already has quite an eccentric, like, magnetic appearance, and she's kind of hogging the limelight a bit behind him.
I don't, and I did say this in our other video, I don't like she's like quite, like, for someone who has very few, like, not even lines of dialogue, like words of dialogue, she's like very overtly sexual. And then when you see her in the background, she again is just being like quite overtly sexual with her drink. And I don't know, you could say that's...
Well, you could say it was a portrayal of Tommy Wiseau, the director.
No, but what
really,
I'm saying...
I mean, the big three are meant to be the sexy ones. Johnny, Mark, and Lisa.
Yeah.
She's not meant to be sexy. So, you know, but that's
I actually
production
think
of the
maybe
film.
like I think maybe Tommy was trying to maybe portray that there's other like Jezebel like women out there in the world.
I doubt it. I think she just. I
Well,
don't think.
I've already discussed this before. I think there is a layer of like genius within Tommy Wiseau that most people cannot access.
We're putting her in D anyway.
I mean, I don't know. It feels a bit unfair to the other guy.
No, she's in D. He's on his phone, mate. He should have better manners in public.
This is just because you have a personal gripe with this.
Then there's slice of cheesecake and a bottle of water. Now, if we talk about the production again, they used her clip twice, which suggests they liked it.
They used her clip twice in the space of about 5 seconds.
And which also suggests that, you know, maybe Tommy had less control and guidance over this coffee shop scene than you're sort of implying with him trying to portray Jezebels and stuff. So I think the cheesecake and bottle of water woman, yeah. But if we take the film as text and we look at it all as it's presented in the film, is she ordering twice? Is she going up there and ordering again and then going behind someone else and ordering again? Tommy's coming in, Johnny's coming in to make his order, him and Mark. They want to order their stuff. And she's going up twice to order cheesecake and water.
You think that's like like a betrayal of like the queue.
It's all relative.
Johnny is
It's all on a spectrum. I'm not saying it's a 99% betrayal. I'm saying maybe 2%. You know, she's betraying social norms.
Put her in bloody D.
Okay, she's going to be in D, but I'm just saying, I'm making, you know,
you're talking about
where
the
is
spectrum,
she in
the spectrum
D?
of D. But...
I would say she's up there with the phone guy. I'd say it's worse. I think going up and ordering a slice of cheesecake and a bottle of water, then going behind someone else.
But maybe she didn't get. No. I think you're putting sort of like a weird spin on this. Maybe she just wasn't heard.
Well, again, then get on with it. Make yourself heard. Make your order and get out of there.
Projected more.
Yeah, I'm just moving this in case it makes a buzzing noise. Yeah, she should have projected exactly. Like, you can't be making your order twice. People have got.
Well, no,
do you know what else? Johnny leaves very quickly because he's got stuff to do. He like picks up his folder and he leaves. So it's like if he had that extra bit of time, he might have had time to get into his confidential sex life with Mark.
Well, I think maybe she betrays more like just the sort of societal norms. Like to say like, you know, a slice of cheesecake and a bottle of water in the exact same tone, the exact same intonation twice in the space of 5 seconds, like that's just a very bizarre, uncanny valley, like almost alien-like sort of like behavior. So she betrayed all of us.
Alien Ike. Are we thinking David Icke here? His brand of aliens, or it was just a mispronunciation of alien-like? Yeah, look, she's D.
Now you're betraying me.
Hey, betray you. No,
yeah,
I betray you. Let me just click this and check. Hang on. We're recording. Yeah, we're good. We're all in shot. So if you move over this way more, there we go.
Can you stop cuddling me? It's really odd.
All right.
Now I betray you.
No, you betray me. I treated you like a princess. I gave you 7 years of my life. Okay, well, I mean, I think we know which tier this fucker is going in.
I mean, it's not even. It's almost like it goes without. Like, there's nothing to say. It's just like bang, right an S.
Yeah. The interesting question, which we'll get to when we get to her, when we get to the she-devil, is which one of them betray him more. Perhaps they're both maxed out on betrayal.
No, they're both like 100
they're
out of 100.
They're both 100 out of 100. I mean, he really... And it's not... Look, if he was like, I'm sorry, man, I couldn't resist. I'd fucked her. I'm so sorry. But he is like, if you keep your woman satisfied... It's like, you're calling me... You're telling me I can't fuck now? After you fucked my future wife? And you're trying to fight me at my party? Like, he really... I mean, if Tommy had taken it a step further with Mark, you wouldn't blame him. So,
well, we can assume, though.
That's also... Tommy gets the gun. He's like, you got a gun. You're throwing your life away. I'm not being funny, Tommy. I don't want to say it on video, but we're all thinking it. This guy, what he did to you.
But what I want to pose an interesting like just idea to throw out there.
A less dangerous idea.
Yeah, less dangerous. Yeah, is when Johnny is talking about, like, you know, the interesting story when he like flies, you know, well, he's like out, like, had a check from out of state bank and he tried to cash it at the YMCA or something like that, and like Mark is acting like this is like almost like he didn't know him in this period.
Yeah. I was thinking about that.
But he's talking about how he met Lisa then. Yeah. So we can assume that maybe he has known Lisa longer. Yeah. So he's known Lisa for at least 7 years.
Yes.
So, you know, this is like, we're getting really like sort of like 4D.
So he's not known Mark long.
No.
And he's calling him his best friend, which is a bit like their friendship in real life, probably.
Yeah.
Where he's sort of like, I give you money, you live with me, you'll be my friend. And Mark's sort of like, whatever. So it's kind of, yeah, I was thinking about that earlier, who's known him longer.
Yeah.
He's not known either of them that long.
I don't think he's known anyone in the cast that long.
if Mark has no idea how they met, basically Mark has known him maximum about 6 years.
Yeah.
And to him, he's like, my best friend. It's like, well, you're clearly a transient individual, aren't you?
So then I think just
accents.
Out of the two of them, then Lisa has betrayed him the most.
I think putting it purely on time is a bit like...
Well, no, because if it had been his best friend since he was like a child...
Also, though, with Lisa, she could sort of, you know, it's more normal for someone to just... Look, we'll put him in S tier, and when we get to her, we'll try and compare the two demons in S tier. Okay. Johnny himself up next.
How does he betray himself?
We can all betray ourselves, yeah. We can let ourselves down. We can betray ourselves.
I mean, maybe, like, you know, by, like, you know, shooting himself, he's betraying himself. Like, I mean, is that not the ultimate betrayal?
I think he's going in S tier.
Okay.
I think we're plonking him in S tier. It's the ultimate betrayal. He literally, I mean, he could have, as we've suggested, maybe there were some other routes he could have taken. And it might have been understandable. But he just topped himself without much, you know, he sort of humped the dress. Also, you know, he didn't seem to think like, oh, my family. He was just like, God, forgive me. And
I think maybe it's almost sort of implied that he has no other family.
He doesn't have any family.
It's like all these characters.
They
all these
were
characters
his family.
were his family, yeah.
Yeah. So then up next, we've got the guy who says Lisa looks hot tonight.
Well, that's just the ultimate betrayal because it's a lie.
Going back to Johnny, by the way. So he's in S tier for what he did. Yeah, he's in S tier. He does stand by himself.
Yeah.
Which you could say A, but S tier. It's like it is the ultimate betrayal.
I also feel like he betrays his own. He betray his own. You know when he fucks up the joke, when he almost makes a funny joke.
That's Tommy. That's not Johnny.
Yeah,
that's the directorial.
But like you could know, but if you would assume that he's a real, like, you know, if you look at it from within the universe of this movie.
No, it's Johnny, not Tommy.
I know, but if you look at it from as like almost like he betrays his own comedic timing and just ability.
No, because it's Mark who doesn't make the joke. We're referring to in the coffee shop when Johnny says, when asked about the new client, he says, "I cannot tell you. It is confidential." And then he asks Mark about his sex life, and Mark goes, "Can't talk about it." And it's like the easiest
probably the
setup
only
ever.
It was like there was a moment where like
Tommy,
when he was writing the script, he almost came up with not even just like a bit of like script that made sense, but like would have been like quite amusing, I guess. And he goes, it's so close to being a hit, and it's so far from being a miss.
You could put in the trailer for a Hollywood movie,
or like you could put in the trailer for I don't know, fucking like the Grown Ups film or something.
Yeah,
like,
where it's like it's confidential. It's like
can't talk about it.
He's getting it back, and instead he just it's an absurdly incompetent moment in filmmaking. But that is neither here nor there. There's nothing to do with the video, apart from being related to the room. But yeah, okay, so Tommy is in S, all right? Even though he does, he backs himself, he's constantly defending himself. He's never like, I guess it's my fault. Like he always...
Another moment that he betrays himself?
What?
Is when, like, Lisa is talking about how she doesn't want to get married. And then, also, post after she's accused him.
Post after?
Yes.
It's really a long time later. So much time has passed.
Like post, when she's accused him of like literal domestic violence.
Yeah.
And then he's very blasé about it when he's on the sofa.
You must be kidding, aren't you?
No, when she goes up the stairs, and I can't remember what he says. He's like, oh, I still love you. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, that's true. I still love you.
And
don't worry about it.
After she's sort of been like, maybe she said, I think she says like, maybe I've changed my mind.
Yeah.
And also they've had the whole conversation about how like I never hit you, and he's still just like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's like you gave her 7 years of your life. She's accusing you of hitting you, which you didn't do, of hitting her, and you're just like, yeah, fuck
she's
it.
accusing you of like severe domestic violence.
She's clearly going to ruin your life.
Yeah.
And you're like, don't worry about it. Okay, so Johnny is firmly in S tier, purely really for the ultimate betrayal, but there are a couple of mini betrayals along the way. Yeah, so the Lisa looks hot tonight guy. I mean, look. You're at his party. It's his engagement party, isn't it?
It's his birthday party.
His birthday, of course. Stupid. Making myself like a fool.
It's okay, you didn't say like post after or like Alien Ike, so you're alright.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's disrespectful that regardless, it's not an engagement party, but they are announcing like we're expecting, and
you can say Lisa looks hot tonight in the privacy of like a small conversation with your I assume girlfriend.
It's a bit disrespectful.
Oh, it's disrespectful to the girlfriend.
It's disrespectful to her, but it's also I think a bit disrespectful to the host. And as you said, it wasn't true. So it's just in many ways wrong. For me, I'm feeling B tier. What do you think?
Yeah, it feels right.
And again, it's like, oh, you've got an interest in how my fucking future wife looks, but you're not going to step in when I'm being cuckolded in front of everyone, literally.
Yeah.
You can't even just be like, even if you're like, look, I don't even know Johnny that well. I'm more Lisa's friend, but this is wrong.
Yeah.
I don't want to be at this weird party where they're dancing together and stuff. Twice.
Yeah.
He's in B. Okay. So here we've got Susan.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Susan. Look, I mean, I think it's clear that Johnny and Mark do not like cheesecake, and she offers it to them, which is...
Yeah, I was actually just thinking that. I was just thinking that it's almost like a betray.
It's almost she betrayed them like a little bit. I wouldn't say she really belongs in C.
No.
But, I mean, it's, there's something...
She just has like an ulterior motive. Like she's really trying to push this cheesecake.
She's pushing the cheesecake.
Yeah.
And then
but is that a betray?
It's a very minor one. Again, it's on a spectrum. We all exist on the spectrum of, our behaviour always exists on the spectrum of betray or not betray.
You know what? Bung her in C, but she's like between C and D.
I don't think she can be in C.
You don't think she can be with Denny?
No, I think she's a D plus, like a couple of the others in D. I think C is outrageous.
All right.
She wasn't at the party. If she was at the party, I'd bung her in C. Minimum. Well, we know where this hag, we know where this witch is going. So
just bung it right in S.
Bung it right in S, yeah. And I mean, so many betrayals. She. When we talk about who's worse, her or Mark, Lisa betrays Johnny long before Mark does, and in many different ways.
And also she lies about being expecting to make it interesting.
She lies about,
really with that, it's like she goes to twist the knife in.
She because he does it just because he just wants to fuck.
But he does it because he's overcome by lust.
He's overcome by lust, and then afterwards he's like taking her aside. He's like, "You keep your woman satisfied," and like. She, though, is like, I want to psychologically destroy this man in every conceivable way, make him think he's having a baby.
The baby, the abuse.
The hitting, making him get drunk.
Making him get drunk, yeah. And when she's like, it's good for you.
She goes around telling everyone about his business. And, he gave her 7 years of his life. He didn't give Mark... He wanted to buy her a house. He wanted to buy her a house. He didn't give Mark 7 years of his life. They chucked a football around a bit. So she's worse.
She is. She's worse. She is the real she-devil.
I would say she's 100. He's 99. Yeah. She's not 100 because you've got to leave room for like.
It feels a bit brutal that we put
Tommy there. No, it's the ultimate betrayal for Johnny. Yeah. The thing is, neither of them are 100 really when you think of it, because you've got to leave room for like someone like murdered your kids or something. Like that's the ultimate betrayal.
Yeah.
So really they're in the sort of
I think
early
basically
90s.
they're all in 90 plus.
They're all within what they had access to, they couldn't have done much more really. She actively set out to destroy him.
Yeah.
Mark just was blinded by Nunu. Okay, so we've got another coffee shop guy here. We'll get. Look, he's in D tier. We know that.
Does he even say anything?
He does say something. He orders something. I don't remember what. He's a bit of a nerd. I mean, Johnny obviously likes people to be cool. But then Peter wears glasses too, so you can't consider that a betrayal.
They should have just gotten that guy to replace Peter.
Yeah, fuck it, just bung him in. Then Susan's, we don't know what she is. I mean, Susan's doing all right if it's his hubby or boyfriend.
It's the boyfriend
so
in the last video.
Is he, if you've got this sort
he just betrays societal norms again.
If you've got this sweet middle-aged like coffee shop lady and you like going and then suddenly she's got this toy boy, you might be a bit like, you look, I didn't want to fuck Susan, but I'm not thrilled that you're getting up in there, and it makes me feel a bit funny about the... having my mint teas and stuff here and my hot chocolates.
It just sullies the sort of like...
It sullies overall, the hot chocolate.
Like, I'm sorry, but I don't want like a cradle snatcher serving me a cheesecake.
No. And I don't really want like some guy there. He's like, yeah, that's right. Me and Susan. How'd you feel? Sorry, bud. And you're like, I'm not into Susan, but I am sort of jealous. I don't know why. I'm bothered by this. We're still putting him in D, but there's, if we were corrupt cops, we could maybe make a case. Michelle.
I think Michelle might be A.
I think A. She's definitely one of, she acts like she's kind of not betray him, like.
But and she gets and like I'll tell you what puts her in A for me is when when they're getting ready for the party and she goes into the apartment and she sees Lisa and like they're like taking off their clothes and stuff, and she's like laughing about it.
Examine your zipper.
Yeah, and then they're like,
that's it. You're not going to be like. That's another situation where you'd have to do a Peter and be like, this is fine, and then back out of the room before they murder you. This is some like Shakespeare shit you're getting involved in, and you have to just back out of the room and then quickly get a phone and call Johnny and be like, you have to know what's going on.
And like, so she knows about it. I think she's the first one to be told.
She's the first one to find out.
Or is Claudette the first to be told?
And she acts at the party like she has a problem, probably because now she's seeing like, oh, Johnny's a big man. He's got all these guests here. Maybe I should side with him. We all love Johnny. And she's sort of questioning her loyalties. She didn't before the party.
No, it's all a big joke.
It's all a big joke to her. She's laughing, and then suddenly she's like, "Everyone loves Johnny." Maybe
she does say, when Johnny's like, "I hurt you, Michelle." She like when she leaves, she says, "And remember what I said, Lisa."
Yeah.
So she is trying
Trying.
to like sway Lisa's conscience.
But I think it's unfair. I think she betrayed Johnny more than Peter. She doesn't
She's A.
tell.
She's
She's
A.
A.
Yeah.
She's A. Also, which we'll get onto also with Mike, they're like having sexy fun at his house. Like,
I think they're a bit like Bohemian though.
I know, but it's like you got your own
It
place.
doesn't seem to be an issue for anyone else.
And he seems to like it.
Yeah.
He's like, go on, I'm listening.
It's a very. I mean, we've discussed this before, but it's quite a heavily sort of like just cuckery film.
There's there's a lot of sort of like on my sofa, okay, I'm listening, and then take me underwears in front of like your mother-in-law, and it's So then Mike, okay, I don't think he's really a part of the sort of Shakespearean love triangle aspect.
No.
He doesn't really have much culpability there. It looks a fairly well-built guy. Looks like he works out. I think he maybe could have stepped in again.
No, but I think he's like sort of
Maybe
like. I mean, look at
Twat
the face he's making there. I think he's sort of like meant to be like sort of like soppy and silly.
He's silly, but he looks like probably an American football player. I think he could have twatted Mark a good one on the chin.
But like,
at
it wasn't
the
his
party.
place. He's like a sort of like, chocolate
Mate,
is the food
if
of love.
If you're Johnny and someone does that, are you going to be like, that wasn't your plate? You're going to be like, thanks, bro, I appreciate it. You uppercutted that fool.
I think he belongs in B.
B, are we saying because of the underwears and stuff?
Yeah,
And
because like just the sex in an apartment that's not your own.
he ruins their hang a little bit as well when he just like
when he
Mark
collapses.
just touches him
Yeah.
and he's suddenly like oh, and he's like concussed from it.
Yeah, he belongs in B.
I think B, it might be unfair
No, he belongs in B.
because Peter full on like left Johnny.
Yeah, he did, but he doesn't belong in C, does he?
He didn't really do anything. He didn't do anything wrong.
I think because he does nothing, he belongs in B.
No, I think he's C personally. But...
No, Denny's so upset when he dies.
Yeah, but Johnny's not done anything for Mike apart from let him like have sexy fun at his house.
No, he was like, "Do you need to go to hospital?"
Yeah, but
And then he was like, "If you need anything, call me."
yeah, he's a good friend to everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody betray him. Johnny says everybody betray me.
Yeah. What he
He
needs to do
himself.
is he needs to get into the social circle at the coffee shop.
Yeah, none of them betray him. Yeah, he needs to be like, everybody betray me. I need a new friend, and they're all just like, all right, yeah. Do you like cheesecake? He's like, oh,
He could have gone with the Jezebel.
yeah. But then she would have been betraying her man.
Yeah, the phone. Is she with the phone guy? Yeah, she
Think
is.
so. Yeah. Look, so Pot,
I'm bunging in B. You can't put him with Denny. It's not right.
he didn't do anything.
Yep.
He didn't do anything wrong, really.
Was he at the party? Yeah, he was. He didn't stand in at the party.
Neither did Denny. But Denny earned his place in C by at least doing
Yeah,
other stuff.
Yeah. Go on then. Bung
All
him
right.
in there.
The woman who goes like or something when the guy says Lisa looks hot tonight.
She belongs in D.
She belongs.
She's
in
truthful.
D.
She's honest.
She doesn't approve of the comment. We don't know if she told Johnny or not, and it doesn't really matter.
No, she belongs.
And
in
you
D.
can't expect her to get involved in the fight.
No, you can't.
So,
You can't put her with Denny as
D.
well.
Chris R.
It's an interesting one. No, he betray Johnny by putting his, Johnny wanted to adopt Denny, and he puts him in danger.
Is it a
He sells
betrayal?
him drugs.
Yeah, but is that a betrayal?
That's a
'Cause-
betrayal of his paternal role.
No, but it's a It's not. It's only a betrayal if there's some prior understanding between the two of them. Some prior relationship or some kind of at least implied. I mean, there is an implied social order, and you're not supposed to put guns to people's heads. But did he betray Johnny with that?
Well, I think he betray us all.
He betrayed all of us by being a criminal, by being a rotten
so
thug.
I think he belongs in B.
Probably in B.
Because holding up guns to assume. I mean, I don't actually have any
He
idea.
can't. He put it this way: he can't have any complaints about how he's being judged now for his behaviour. Like after
No.
the way he's behaved, he has to accept. Look, mate, you put a gun to a
Boys.
boy's head.
How old is Denny meant to be?
He's meant to be a teenager.
Okay.
I think he's at university. Okay, we're putting him in B. I mean,
He betray us all.
he betrays. If he hadn't betrayed Johnny, then Johnny probably wouldn't have put a gun to his head. It's Mark who puts the gun to his head, isn't it? Another reason people need to be careful for him. He's
And
very
also,
comfortable doing
maybe
it.
he just put sort of like the general kind of gun imagery, sort of like he entered guns into their lives.
He brought gun into Johnny life, and Johnny betrayed himself with gun.
Yeah.
Sad. It's a sad movie. It really makes me sad every time I think about it. Claudette. I was thinking about this before. It's kind of a difficult one, Claudette.
Does specifically tell Claudette that it's
No,
Mark.
but she doesn't really. She just basically says she's thinking of leaving Johnny, and I don't think you can expect Claudette to
No,
breach
that's
the
not-
confidence
yeah.
there. She doesn't, I believe, doesn't say she's having an affair, and she tells Claudette, she lies and says Johnny hit me.
Yeah.
So it's not as if she says I'm lying. Like, she genuinely believes, that her daughter's being truthful. Or, well, she can't believe it, but she doesn't know it's a lie.
Maybe she betray Johnny in the fact that she should have spoken to him. She should have maybe confronted him and been like, this isn't right. You're not this man. You shouldn't be going around whooping your future wife.
That's true. I mean, she is just annoying. I think that's,
Is she betray him by being annoying?
Yeah, it's like, make an effort, Claudette. You're bloody annoying. Like, everything you say is annoying. But
she's quite annoying during the Chris R scene.
She is, yeah. But she is trying to help Denny, who Johnny cares about. Like, I think Claudette... But
Does she belong in C?
Yeah, I think in C. I mean, Johnny, though, seemed to think she'd betray him.
No, I tell you what. No.
What?
There's a very small bit of very casual dialogue where she's complaining that Johnny at the bank didn't give a loan to her friend or something. And she's saying to Lisa that she thought he would do better. Do you remember this?
No.
There's a very it's very just a throwaway bit of dialogue, and she's sort of pointing her finger at Lisa and how she's disappointed in him. So I think maybe, it's you shouldn't really be talking about, his job like that. He works at the bank. It's confidential. So I think based on that, maybe she belongs in B.
With Chris R, who put a gun to Denny's head, and Peter, who does a disappearing act.
But she is talking shit about him. Chris R never talked shit about him.
The thing is also, Claudette doesn't know that Johnny is okay with people having sex in his apartment. So maybe she, as his mother-in-law, should have been like, this is Johnny's apartment. What are you doing? Why are your underpants here? I'm telling Johnny. And instead she's like, oh, and laughs about it. And I'd like to think, I'd like to think my mother-in-law would do more than that, but
no,
there's no chance of that.
No.
But if I had, in a fictional world, if I had, a sort of a fairly standard mother-in-law, the kind of mother-in-law you'd hope or expect to have, I might hope or expect her to sort of be like, whoa, this is Kieran's apartment. Why were you having sex in here?
On his sofa.
On his sofa, and I'm sitting on it. It's disgusting. Am I sitting on your jizz, So you could argue B. I think it's unfair.
I also think when she makes the comments about how their apartment is worse than
it's rude.
Grand Central Station.
It's not your place,
well,
bitch.
no, it is rude, but then also it's she should be concerned about their home safety, particularly after Chris R. She should be concerned about the home safety.
I'm not sure that is after, but
we should see some dialogue. Yeah,
do you know what? There's this guy with the gun, which is so serious. He's tried to kill Denny. By the way, Johnny, your place was not
very secure.
Not very secure.
There should be a whole
Station,
subplot of Claudette being really concerned about their home security and maybe beefing up the whole home.
She's wearing a power drill. And she's like,
yeah. Or she's getting
she's like, that should do it.
She's getting an AI system put in where it's scanning the house and stuff.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah. And she's like, bolt locks, and she's doing them all. She's got one of those drug dealer fucking Pete things. Yeah. Okay, but I mean, I think she could either be a B- or a C+.
I think Bunger and B. I just feel like the Denny tier should be sacred.
Do you? Okay, she's in B. Stephen.
I just said that I think the Denny tier is sacred, but I think maybe Stephen belongs in there.
I mean, Stephen really tries to help.
Yeah.
Stephen's the one who at the party... And look, maybe he's just not a violent man. He didn't feel like getting involved in the fight. I think he does try to break it up.
Yeah, he does, I think.
And he's like, how could you do this? And he's like, you're going to ruin our friendship group. There is one caveat. It's like, where were you?
Well, I was going to say maybe that is a betray because he just randomly sort of materializes out of thin air.
But maybe he's just away. He's just, he's got his own life. He's not
and maybe he
Johnny's...
travelled from far away to go to the birthday party.
Yeah, exactly. He's clearly a busy man and he made time to come to the party.
I mean, there's not really, if you had to sit down and really think about it,
He doesn't betray him in any way.
in any way.
He's D, I think. I think of the major characters, I think he's the only one you could say is in D who has a completely clean conscience after. Like, he's the only one who, when he found out about Johnny's suicide, his wife or girlfriend would have been like, "You did everything you could."
But like, do you think maybe he should have told him immediately
Sooner? He didn't want to ruin the party. Probably. He probably
But
was
like, that's kind of a
Do you think you strut out into
Yeah.
everyone is, and you go, "He's in there with your future wife"?
Yeah.
That's what I would want.
Yeah.
And I would
So
want to shut the shit down. But he didn't want it. No, that's not what you would want, because that would humiliate Johnny. And he might have been like, "Look, this is a private matter. You two, I've got my eye on you. Johnny, let's, get through the party."
But I don't think you can say
he
his
could have
conscience
gone and
is...
quietly
No,
whispered and gone like, "Your future wife, your best friend," and then like been at least Johnny can be like, "Everyone go home, party's over," and like get them all,
No, because he doesn't even bring it up when they have the fight.
No, but I think at that point he knows this is all out.
But he should have been like, and another thing.
Yeah, by the way, since we're all talking about it.
So it's almost like he was sort of just trying to keep himself, like,
No, because he wasn't trying to keep his own image, because he did it in front of the baddies, essentially, the villains of the piece. Just to them, direct, he said, "You're wrong."
But I think maybe, particularly after they have, like, their little scuffle, I think maybe he should have been like,
If you're
he
full
should have
on-
stepped forward.
If you're a full-on, like, you're like a ride or die fella, best friend, really, like, you're thinking that you're just attacking this issue. Like, you're not even, it's not like, "You guys shouldn't be doing this." It's like, I'm not even going to listen to what you have to say.
And you don't know how good of, like, because they're talking about, like, how it's going to break up the friendship group, but, like, that's quite vague.
And also, that's like a secondary. It's more like, what about
Well, is that not a
Johnny?
betray then? He doesn't actually really talk specifically about Johnny. He's more about how it's going to break
He's
up the
worried
friendship
that
group.
they're living this like down and he's picturing like, I'm already away all the time, and
Yeah.
now I'm going to come back. It's going to be all fragmented. Look, he does a bit. You can't really fault him. He could be like, "Look, no one's
But
perfect."
he's not
but
in the. I know it's a spectrum, but he's not like the
C.
coffee shop people,
He's
is
C.
he? Yeah, he
He's
belongs
C.
in Denny.
He belongs in C. Last but by no means least, the flower shop lady.
And what I am going to say, is that she says that she didn't recognise him, and that is a betray. Because, I mean, look at him.
Oh,
Also, look at him in comparison to everyone else in the film.
Yeah.
It is, what do you mean that you didn't recognise him?
Also, he's your favourite customer,
And you didn't recognise him?
and you didn't recognise him. Also,
Mate, she fucking belongs in S.
he's your favourite customer, and I'm not seeing any kind of discount.
No.
Like, he's your favourite. You're number one.
Yeah.
So no one gets a discount from you. Like, no one.
Well, that's fine. I don't think you should have discounts based on friendship.
Your favourite of all. It's a busy city in San
Mate, if
Francisco.
the world worked like that, then we would all be in an economic crash like you wouldn't even believe.
I mean, then again, also, like, you want mates rates? Well, invite me to your party then, so I can watch this whole debacle unfold. At least I guess she could
yeah,
say.
she's not at the party.
No, well, they're not friends. He's her favourite customer.
I mean, you think if someone's like, if
you
you're-
might you cross the line into being.
I mean,
friends.
do we think that she's like, less important in his life than the fucking that weird couple that are like
the
talking
Lisa
about?
looked hot tonight?
Yeah.
They might be Lisa's friends, but that's even weirder. And then it's like some weird guy who wants to shag.
I think maybe she belongs in C.
In C, she didn't recognise him.
No.
Which is just, it's like, I'm your favourite.
I mean,
customer.
maybe she's like blind, and the pug is her seeing eye dog.
Also, he doesn't know the dog's name, so you can't.
Well, we
really...
don't know that it's not called Doggy.
Yeah, I think based on Johnny's speech patterns, we can assume that he was simply just saying doggy because he just talks like that.
It could also maybe
He likes
be
his
the dog
slang.
was called Dougie.
No,
No,
I'm not having that.
no. Okay, fair enough. I accept that.
That would be stricken from the record. So she's C or D. I mean,
I think she's a C. Look at the people in D, and
they've got no blood.
They
in their
do
hands.
nothing. Like,
Because when he put the gun, he could have at least. He could have, if she had recognised him sooner, he could have, before he's about to kill himself, he could have thought about the flower shop, and he's sort of like, where everybody knows your name,
Yeah, and he
he's
might
having
have
like
thought, oh my god, her favourite customer.
As soon as I walk in, she sees me and recognises me, And if I go there now, I don't have to wait to like get my money out and get to the counter.
Yeah.
She'll, everybody knows. He'd feel he had a home away from home.
Yeah.
And he could have maybe.
And he might have thought of her.
He might, maybe she's, that was the straw
When he's
that
like,
broke
when
the camel's
he's
back.
okay, look, bear with me now. when he's humping the dress, it's the same color as that lady's shirt.
Now we're getting a little bit symbolism and
he could have been like, oh yeah, I'm her favorite customer. I can't do this to her.
that's not her fault. She has every right to wear red.
I'm not saying that she doesn't have a right to wear red, but I'm also saying, you know, if you like, maybe if you were writing like, you know, like I don't know, like a thesis about this film, you could be like, she's wearing red, and then so is Mark and Lisa.
So she's one of the betrayers.
Yeah, it's almost like sort of like no one else is wearing red.
Well, I'm not accepting that wacky theory.
That's
but
fair enough.
I think we can put her in C.
Yeah.
For not recognising Johnny. She should
I
be
feels a bit
paying more
out of
attention.
order to Denny, but okay.
To Denny to be in the same, but I mean those three. I feel if Denny, Stephen, and the flower shop lady all got together. For example, she doesn't know about the news, and Denny and Stephen go in to get flowers for the funeral, and they have to tell her, and she'd be like, "That's so sad. Johnny was my favorite customer," and they're like explaining it, and I feel the three of them could have a vibe, you know, kind of, there'd be a, you know, they're quite similar.
They could do a spin-off.
They could do a spin-off with the three of them, you know, where it's more sad. It's more like,
well, it's more about like you know, the things they learn along the way.
The things they learn along the way. They learn a lot about her. They finally learn the name of her dog. It takes them ages, but they learn it. She learns to recognise people at more than like 2 meters distance.
She has that face blindness thing.
Right. So she thinks they're the same guy.
Yeah.
And Steven's like, how could you think this?
Yeah,
and she just keeps doing it. So look, we're happy with where everyone is. Yeah. Anyone who could feel hard done by, I'd say no. Michelle deserves it.
Michelle absolutely deserves A.
Peter, it depends on the reason for his disappearance. He could be like, look, Mark killed me off camera, and that's not my fault.
I think maybe he's more
Mark killed me because I was defending Johnny.
No, I think he'd just be like, fuck these people. Like, these people are all wrong. Like, they're you know, they're morally dubious, and I don't want anything to do with them anymore.
Like when he was like, you're both weird. You know, that was him sort of being like, I'm sort of done with
it's like
all
when
this.
Suddenly like the assassination attempt happens after
before that. No, after that. The assassination is after that. That's before the assassination. Yeah. So yeah, maybe but still the writing was on the wall already. He was like, you know, Johnny's letting all these.
And he is a psychologist. Like he probably knew it was all like it was just like, going in a bad way.
There's a lack of sexual boundaries.
Yeah.
And you know it's going to go wrong. And also, but then. Yeah, he was telling Johnny, like, you can talk about your problems, and then very quickly he's like, she's a sociopath.
Yeah, that is...
Maybe he's just a bad psychologist.
Psychologist,
yeah. Probably quite a good psychologist with those lips.
I mean, you can't talk.
No.
Actually, your lips are very, very similar. In fact, to be honest, if you made him bald...
No, his are sort of cleaner. They look more like they've had lip filler. Mine are just naturally big. His have the sort of enhanced look.
Maybe just because like right now, like the way we're standing, like you're like really like your lips like directly eye height with me. They're looking particularly luscious right now.
Well,
I just don't think you're in a place to talk about anyone else's luscious lips, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's it then. You've got it, guys. You might be surprised to see Johnny there. You might be one of those people who's like, no, it's not his fault. No, sorry, he betrayed himself.
He's definitely, I think, the most shocking.
He's one. We've surprised ourselves, but we're not wrong.
No. It's the ultimate betrayal.
Let us know, guys, who should be in a different tier.
I think we can all agree with D.
Yeah, we can all agree with the D tier.
If you've got some sort of like mad, borderline schizophrenic take about how you think anyone in D doesn't belong in D, let us know.
Well, the woman who heard the Lisa looks hot tonight remark, maybe she could have detected earlier and been like, there's some pheromones coming off Lisa that's like causing problems. And there's this vibe this is not how his surprise party should begin.
No.
And she sat there eating his cake, listening to his wife being objectified, you know.
Was she there when Lisa's doing the sexy dancing on Marg?
I think so.
Because, like, it seems like she really hasn't got much of a dog in the fight. So maybe she could have been like, you know what, fuck this. Like, you know,
she could have,
my boyfriend's saying she looks hot tonight. Now she's grinding. Like, I just don't like this lady. I should really make a scene about this.
Yeah, I was going to say slap the cake out of her hand, but they're not eating cake while they're dancing. That'd be really weird if they're doing the sexy dance and they've got cake plates in their hand. She's got a cake plate. She could have slapped it out of her own hand. As well. She could have walked over to them
like outrage.
Dramatic step and got...
Well, it's like, you know, in like the olden days when they would like throw a glove on the ground. It's like that.
You slap the cake out of your own hand and you go, that's right. Yeah, what now? So anyone who was at the party betray him in a way, but
yeah.
I feel we've covered this. We've done it. We've explained it. If you enjoyed this, there's another The Room tier list on our channel. We're going to do more The Room tier lists. If you like The Room and you want to see other movies that are... Nothing is as funny as The Room. There will never be anything. I truly believe there will never be anything as funny as The Room. But there are so many other bad movies
I will say there
that
is
are worth getting into.
Potentially Partners is, I think, the closest.
Partners is the closest to The Room I think we've got.
I mean, look, this
Partners
like,
is
this
one of the-
quest, I think, will last us for the rest of our lives, trying to find movies that are like The Room.
It's possible it exists, but I just don't think it will ever be known that it exists. There's something that's funny as The Room. Maybe a TV show, or maybe there's
I do think
a
Partners
person.
is about as close as you could get.
No, you could get closer. We just don't know it yet.
Yeah, because it's like
there's so many we haven't seen.
There's some like mad,
Also,
like
you have
rich millionaire
from another country as well.
Yeah.
There's some probably like
We've often thought that like
Nigerian
yeah,
movies
like,
and
what's
stuff.
it called?
Nollywood.
Yeah, I reckon
Bollywood.
yeah.
Bollywood is often deliberately silly. So is Nollywood, but I think there are some Nollywood bangers.
If you know any, please let us know.
Let us know. But also, like, you have to often watch them a couple of times. The Room is instantly funny. Partners, we had to watch a couple of times to get it. But anyway, look, this is all besides the point. We review all of these movies, we dissect them, we talk
we've done
about
a review
them.
for Partners.
We've done one for Partners. We've done some really good ones on our channel, some Steven Seagal ones. Some of those are absolutely great. So check them out, guys. And we've got a lot more reviews coming.
Do you want to have a
and
little,
some
like,
more tier
we can,
lists.
do our little like sign off?
Oh, hey, Johnny.
You're so sweaty.
Yeah, I am. So are you.
I mean, to be fair, my upper lip's been. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, I'm really hoping you're not gonna be able to see it.
We had to actually pause at one point
because I could
Tara
tell
to
it was
just
like collecting, but like
normally but it was enough where I was like, let me just quickly pause. Oh, you might want to have a wipe.
But to be fair, like I just went and did this to you, and it's
Yeah, I'm drenched, but it's luckily like you.
It's like I get it from the front, you get it from the back.
Yeah, all of yours comes out of here.
Yeah, it's just my upper lip, it's my Mediterranean roots, bro.
Yeah.
No excuse to you.
Right. Bosh.